Hey guys, Tina here and welcome to another video. This time around I will be talking about the Tearling Trilogy by Erika Johansen. Now the majority of this video will be spoilers free, but once we get to the spoilery part I will alert you of that so you can stop watching and read the books and then come back and discuss them with me. Now the trilogy consists of the Queen of the Tearling, the Invasion of the Tearling, and the Fate of the Tearling, and it's a great trilogy. I would classify it as an adult trilogy, although Kelsey is 18, so she's a young adult, but some of the content it's pretty mature, so adult I think it is. This is a story of Kelsey, who is a young girl that was raised in seclusion by her foster parents. They took care of her education and made sure that she's really well educated and very well read. And on her 18th birthday, the Queen's Guard comes to get her and escort her back to the capital, where she is to be crowned as the next Queen of the Tearling. Throughout these books, we see her reign, we see her achievements, her failures, and everything that a story like this encompasses. Kelsey as a character was fantastic. I love her. She's really strong and smart, and I just enjoyed reading about her. She's very righteous and she's determined to make sure that her people are happy and safe after what they have been through in the past. And sometimes, in that vein, she makes decisions that are not necessarily the smartest, and she doesn't think about the consequences, so sometimes that comes back to bite her. But all in all, I really enjoyed reading about her. We see her grow up and mature, and it was just, she's a fantastic character, and there should be more of those in the books. Now the rest of the cast is just as great. There are many. It's a really huge cast, so I will not mention all of them, but one that comes to mind is Mace, who is the captain of the Queen's Guard, and he's sort of a father figure to Kelsey, and he takes care of her and makes sure that she's safe. He doesn't always agree with her, and there are some disagreements, but all in all he's very supportive and stands by her, which I loved him as a character again. Then we have some more shady characters, and like Fetch, who is this really mysterious guy that we basically know nothing about, especially in the first book. He's sort of a charmer and a swoon-worthy, and Kelsey sure to swoon about him. But throughout the books you learn more about him, and it's an interesting character as well. Then we have the Red Queen, who is another strong female character. Actually, there are a lot of female characters in this book that are really strong and interesting and tough and just great, and it was really great to see a cast like that. Red Queen is another shady character. She's sort of the villain of the story, and you just love to hate her because she's terrible. And throughout these books, again, you learn more about her, and she has a great and very interesting past, and her story is just as great as Kelsey's, actually, in my opinion, and I really enjoyed reading about her as well. That is actually one of the things that I really loved about this book, is the fact that sometimes you start really loving one character, and then throughout these books you learn more about the character, and maybe at the end you do not like them that much, and the other way around as well. There's a lot of character development in either way, and I really love that. The whole cast is just fantastic, and I really enjoyed that perspective of the book. The world is really fascinating because in the first book, it's really simple. You don't think there's much to it, from what you see, or actually what you're told about it. But then in book 2 you learn more about it, and in book 3 even more, and it's this really interesting world. It's unlike anything that I've read about in any other fantasy book, so I find it really interesting. And then we have the magic, which is spread out through this world. Some people can use it, some not. There are even some magical people, if you can call them that, for the lack of a better term. And I really liked it for the majority. I stopped liking the magic at the end of the last book because I just didn't like how it was used as a tool, but that's just me, Aside from that, I really enjoyed it. It was great, and yeah. Now we get to the spoilery part, so whoever has not read these books, bye bye, see you at a later date. And yes, let's get to the end, which is the one thing that bothered me the most. And there are two reasons for me not liking the end. The first one is the fact that, as I already mentioned, the magic is used to solve the problem, and that would not be problematic for me if we knew how this magic worked, but we do not. I'm maybe spoiled, so this may be completely just my problem with these books. I'm spoiled by Brandon Sanderson and his magic laws, and you know, with him you always know that magic has rules. It can do this, it cannot do that, and you know what can be solved with magic, and you can expect things to be solved with magic. So you know, it doesn't come as a surprise, and I really like that. And in this case, it was sort of a Tolkien-ish, you know, where magic can do a lot of things, but you do not know what exactly it can do, and that's why I found the end to be sort of like a Deus Ex Machina solution, you know, when just magic does this, and so we have the end, and you know, everything is solved, or you know, supposed to be, or anyway. And I did not like that. So the other reason why I didn't like the end is the fact that I do not care for utopias. I think they're like utopian, obviously. I mean, I do not think that humanity has evolved far enough, and I'm not talking physically, mentally and psychologically, and you know, on a personal growth level, we have not evolved far enough to be capable of a utopia. And you know, as long as people are going to be people, utopia is just that, a utopia, and I do not care for it. I understand that Johansen was trying to you know, get this idea across, and I totally respect her for doing it. You know, this is just my opinion, and despite the ending not being to my liking, I still adore these books. And also, I think that the way she ended it, she sort of robbed us of getting this, of us saying goodbye to these characters, because suddenly, you know, half of the characters were just gone, and you only see a handful of them in this new world. And yes, you know, you see Kelsey, she is in pain, and so are you, because you did not get to say goodbye to a lot of these characters that we have grown to love throughout these books. And that's, well, those two or maybe three are my main reasons why I didn't like the end. But I have to say that the end didn't take away from me loving this whole trilogy, and even the last book. I totally loved the last book, except for this small last part that I didn't enjoy as much. So this will be a trilogy that I will be happy to recommend whenever and wherever, because I really love it, and I cannot wait to see what Johansen comes up in the future, because I will definitely be buying whatever she comes up with. This was a fantastic read, and I hope you pick it up and enjoy it as much as I did. So thank you for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye!